What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got more level 6 Digimon to be talking about. As I've said, I don't aim to do 2 Digimon videos a day on this particular channel. It's not really my goal, but when there's lots of awesome Digimon cards being revealed, you know I'm going to share them all with you. And between their Twitter, their YouTube, and some magazine reveals, it's been going a bit hot and heavy, and what am I going to do? Not share the reveals with you? No, ladies and gentlemen, that ain't wussy. So, let's start off with one that leaked on the Twitter a day or two ago. We've got ZekeGreymon. Now, I owe you guys a slight apology here, because a couple of days ago, or yesterday maybe, I showed you Shoutmon DX. And Shoutmon DX had a skill which relied on having Omega Shoutmon or ZekeGreymon in your Digivolution cards. And I told you at the time that we hadn't seen ZekeGreymon. Now, when I made the video, that was a true statement. There wasn't no lying going on. But by the time I uploaded the video, they actually had shown ZekeGreymon. So although I didn't lie to you, I kind of did lie to you. And for that reason, I'm sorry. So what have we got here? Well, we got a red level 6, 12 cost to play normally, slightly expensive, 3 cost to Digivolve is standard, 11,000 power is standard. But given that we've only got a Digivolve skill here, you're not going to play it normally anyway, so standard level 6. When you Digivolve, you get Blitz. Now, Blitz is the new keyword skill that we're getting in BT5, which basically says that when you Digivolve into a Digimon, you get to attack, even if the Digivolution would pass the turn to your opponent. So if you've got 1 or 2 memory remaining, you Digivolve as a free cost, and that should pass the turn over to your opponent, and it does, but you get to attack first. And I've made this point a couple of times, but it really does bear repeating here. It's important to note that this is a game-winning thing. This wins games. This gives you 1 more attack than your opponent is expecting. I like to think of the Digimon TCG as a number of attacks because you've got security. So it's how many security or how many attacks can you pull off in 1 turn. So your opponent looks at you and goes, right, well, they've got 3 attacks to win. They've only got 2 attacks on the board, so I'm good to go. But then you Digivolve into ZekeGreymon, and your opponent's like, they've only got 1 memory, they cannot Digivolve or play any other cards, etc. I'm fine, but now you can, and that makes a whole heap of difference. I like Blitz. Plus, of course, your opponent might have a resting 11,000 power Digimon or 10,000 power Digimon and go, look, my opponent's got nothing on board that can take me down. I am safe, and anything they play to Digivolve is going to pass the turn to me, so they can't attack anyway, but now you've got Blitz so you can Digivolve and take out that 10 or 11,000 power Digimon, and then you're rolling. It is a great, great skill. But it's also got an inheritable skill, which we do not see on very many level 6s. This is actually not the first one we've seen in this set. On your turn, when this Digimon attacks with Blitz, it can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon, which is awesome. As a little side note here, as a little ruling query, we have seen that Chaosmon essentially has Blitz, but it's not called Blitz. But it doesn't matter because it lets you attack unsuspended Digimon anyway. So it was one of those skills. It works the same way as Blitz, but it came out in BT4, so we didn't have Blitz as a keyword skill. But given that that skill also just lets you attack unsuspended Digimon anyway, it really doesn't matter. You're fine. And this is awesome. Now, you might be thinking, well, hang on a second, Wassy, that's all well and good, but we would need a level 7 with Blitz to Digivolve from this, and we don't have a level 7 with Blitz. All true, but this is where we go back to Shoutmon DX. Shoutmon DX is a level 6 Digimon that can evolve from a level 5 or a level 6, which means you can legitimately Digivolve a ZekeGreymon into a Shoutmon, and then ZekeGreymon's inheritable skill will allow you to attack an unsuspended Digimon, bearing in mind, of course, that Shoutmon DX has Blitz itself. So clearly the 2 of these are coming as a lovely bit of a combo. And like I say, we do have an Omega Shoutmon coming in the set as well. There's no reason to write that on Shoutmon DX unless we are actually getting it. But the fact of the matter is we don't have it yet, so I don't know, pass. We'll see it at some point. And when it is shown, you know I'm going to do a video about it, and I'm going to show you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, everything about it. We're going to look at it in great detail. It's going to be an awful lot of fun, but I'm afraid at the moment that's just something I'm not able to do. You have my apologies. But the two of these together form a really rather nice combo indeed, because essentially what you do is you've got ZekeGreymon, and then you get to use Blitz on your Omega Shoutmon, and you get to attack an unsuspended Digimon, which is awesome. Now, what is interesting here is that Shoutmon has a second skill, and that is that you may put a red Digimon card from your hand when you Digivolve onto the top of the Digivolution cards, and then for each Omega Shoutmon or ZekeGreymon in your Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 power or less. Now remember the rule in Digimon. When multiple skills happen at the same time, the active player gets to decide the order in which those skills are resolved. So I believe the way it works is this. You Digivolve, then you get to put a Digimon card on top of your Digivolution sources. It's obviously going to be ZekeGreymon for the purpose of this example. Then you go, oh, I've got a ZekeGreymon. Now I get to delete an opponent's Digimon with 5,000 power or less. Maybe more if I've got more. Because remember, you can evolve a Shoutmon into a Shoutmon, and then put another ZekeGreymon down. So what I'm describing here, you can do multiple times. You can do up to 4 times. And I believe then you get the Blitz. Now this is important, of course, because you need to have ZekeGreymon in your Digivolution sources before you Blitz, so that when you Blitz, you get to attack an unsuspended Digimon. But given that you get to order the skills however you like, and given that these are released in the same set and are clearly made as a bit of a pair, it seems pretty gosh darned obvious that what's happening here is you Digivolve, you put ZekeGreymon down, then you attack, and you get to attack an unsuspended Digimon. This is awesome. I don't love ZekeGreymon by itself. By itself, it essentially just has Blitz. And then you're going to Digivolve it into like a level 7, which won't have Blitz, so it's kind of irrelevant. Unless we get a really good level 7 with Blitz in the future, which will change everything. But as a combo with Shoutmon, I absolutely love it. So I'm not going to give it its own score here, because it doesn't deserve its own score. It is just a partner for Shoutmon. And I don't like it outside of that, and I love it for that. But there is another card we need to look at today as well, and that is the MetalGarurumon, which has just been shown off just an hour or so ago, a couple hours ago now by the time this goes up, on the official YouTube. And what we've got here is an absolutely standard Digimon in terms of your stat line. 11 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 11,000 power. That is what we expect to have from a level 6 black Digimon. So, no, quite frankly, it's not going to be something we're getting terribly excited about. It's fine, don't get me wrong, it's fine. It is absolutely standard. It gives us neither a reason to play nor a reason not to play the card. But it does have Reboot. Now, Reboot is pretty cool. It's that keyword skill that makes you unsuspend during your opponent's unsuspend phase, which is kind of lovely. And it basically does 2 things. Firstly, it means you will not be suspended during your opponent's turn. And remember, that means that you can't be attacked. And that's huge. It means you can attack on your turn, you will unsuspend at the beginning of your opponent's turn, and unless they've got some random fancy way to attack you even though you're unsuspended, you are going to be safe. And this is huge. It gives you protection from being taken down by your opponent. This is a very good thing indeed. But there's something else that it does here if you've got Blocker, and you know I'm a fan of giving it Blocker. Now, if you give it Blocker, it basically just turns into the Black WarGreymon. But then you can block on your opponent's turn, make active on yours, attack on yours, make active on your opponent's, and then block, and then make active. So essentially, you're blocking on every one of your opponent's turns, and you're attacking on every one of your turns, and that is a really very nice combo indeed that I'm a very big fan of. Which makes it all the more annoying that out of 2 boxes, there are like 2 super rares I haven't pulled, and one of them is WarGreymon. So cheers for that, gods of random chance. But wait, there's more. Because remember, right, if I'm just talking about Reboot, why am I playing this over WarGreymon? Ooh, it's 1 cheaper to play normally. You're not going to play it normally. So, same power, same Digivolution cost, but blocker and reboot. At the moment, I'm going, yeah, I'm still playing Wargreymon. Give me a reason, man. Give me a reason. Well, the reason is this. When you Digivolve, Digiburst 2. That is, when you Digivolve, you can discard 2 of your Digivolution sources, and you destroy one of your opponent's Digimon with cost 6 or lower. But if you're unable to do that, you discard one of your opponent's security cards. And remember, this is discarding a security card. It is not performing a security check. So no matter what Digimon comes out, MetalGarurumon is safe. It doesn't matter if an option card comes out. Any security skill will not activate. And it means that if a tamer comes out, it will not be played without paying or any of that rubbish. No, ladies and gentlemen, it just scraps or trashes a... Scrap was Transformers, wasn't it? It just trashes a security card and that's it. Now, what makes me really sad here is that you cannot do this twice. It is a Digivolution skill. Now, generally speaking, if you've evolved up all the way, you'll have a level 2, 3, 4, and 5. You will have 4 Digivolution sources, which is enough to activate this skill twice. Unfortunately, when you Digivolve, you either use a skill or don't. It's not when you Digivolve, you can activate it and then activate it again. You either activate it or you don't. If you activate it, you Digiburst 2 and delete a Digimon. Which is a bit sad. I'd like to be able to do this twice. This is alright. And honestly, this is going to force your opponent into a really awkward decision. Because your opponent is going to look at this and go, well, I know my opponent's playing MetalGarurumon, or I suspect they might be. So what do? If I do not leave a 6-cost Digimon on the field to be deleted, I am going to lose a security card, and losing a security card from a Digivolution effect is ridiculously good. For your opponent, not for you. So the fact of the matter is, this is going to lead to some mind games, and I love cards like this. If you do not leave a cost 6 Digimon or lower, you are essentially leaving yourself vulnerable, and that's kind of hilarious. But there might not be a 6-cost Digimon that you want to leave there. This could leave you in an awkward position whereby you either don't Digivolve up into higher Digimon like you want to, or you do Digivolve up, but then you're vulnerable to losing a security card, which is something you really don't want to do. And that, I think, is the hook here. This is what I think is potentially really good about MetalGarurumon. Reboot is fine, but if you're giving me a standard level 6 black Digimon with Reboot, I'm still going Wargreymon. That doesn't make me want to play the card. But the opportunity here to either just trash a security card, or frustrate your opponent and make them play in a way other than they ideally want to, that's what I'm talking about. Of course, what could happen here, and this is what I'm slightly worried about, what could happen here is just your opponent has a random rookie and they just leave it there just as bait. So you either don't Digivolve up and you don't get your level 6, or you do and you just take out a random rookie that your opponent left there for you. There are 2-cost rookies around. And don't get me wrong, I know that it's not ideal. But if I'm playing against this and I can just leave a 2-cost rookie sitting out there just in case, yeah, why not? Like, I'd rather not. But at the end of the day, I can. And it's not the end of the world. Having said that, if I'm leaving just a random 2-cost rookie around to be deleted, I could have used that rookie to attack the stack and take out a security card. So I haven't lost a security card, but I also haven't taken a security card, which is kind of like a draw. I like MetalGarurumon. I don't love MetalGarurumon, and I don't know if it's going to make its way into any of my black decks, but I do like the fact that I'm essentially either taking a security card or stopping my opponent taking a security card. That doesn't sound too bad to me. I'm just going to give it between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies, that would be barbaric. I think it's a fun card, but I think it is a level 6 to supplement your deck, rather than a level 6 to build your deck around. Though I would very much enjoy being wrong, so we could all have a lovely chat about Digimon stuff. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of this. I want to know what you think about the 2 cards we've had a look at today. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.